Welcome everyone to our first time camper registration information session. This will be a recording. If you have any questions, please feel free to let us know via email to info@gsnwgl.org or a phone call through 888-747-6945. My name is Lisa Freeman and I am the camp director for Camp Birch Trails. That is our overnight resident camp in Irma, Wisconsin. This will be my 8th summer directing Camp Birch Trails and my 11th summer overall directing camps through our council. I live on site each summer at camp and they're available to answer questions and work with our campers and staff members throughout the summer. All right, so first up, we have our summer camps that we offer programming at. So like I said, Camp Birch Trails is our overnight sleepaway camp. We're on 240 acres of land north of Merrill, Wisconsin, technically in Irma, Wisconsin. We're on a private lake there with lots of different areas in camp. Then we have Camp Winnecomac, which is our day and short-term overnight camp. That's 40 acres in the town of Kaukauna, right next to Thousand Islands Nature Preserve. That is a day camp program. Most of those programs go from 9 to 4 each day, and then with the occasional overnight specifically by program that is offered there. Camp Nawakwa is a weekend or troop camp opportunity in Cornell, Wisconsin. This summer we're offering outdoor extravaganza for troops and groups to sign up for and attend, get some basic camp information and have some fun camp activities for the weekend. Camp Sacagawea is also a weekend camp and troop camp. We are offering a outdoor extravaganza program there in July, and that's in Wisconsin Rapids. And then we also have Camp Nesbitt or Summer Thing, which is a volunteer overnight sleepaway camp in Sidnaw, Michigan. That's just 2 weeks during the month of July, and that's strictly volunteer run. That's not run by the council. Then we have online is our camp hub. On your screen, you'll see the link to where that is within our camp website, but there's lots of information to find. All of our information about all of our camps, the programs that we're offering. It has a health and wellness section that'll be updated for this summer for our policies, those are still in the works for this summer. And then there's also a link to our camp guide to look at programs that are available for the summer. Registration days. So that's what we're really excited for. We're gearing up for some big registration days. This year we have everything scheduled at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time for parents to start registering. And we do staggered registration by program or by grade, depending on how popular some of our programs are. So February 14th at Camp Birch Trails, the kindergarten to 3rd grade programs will be available to register for. February 15th, 4th to 6th grade programs at Camp Birch Trails. February 22nd, Camp Birch Trails 7th to 12th grade programs and our wilderness trip programs. March 1st will be the Camp Winnecomac, the girl programs that are during the week. And then March 8th are those troop weekend programs at Camp Birch Trails, Camp Winnecomac, Camp Nawakwa, Camp Sacagawea, and then also our Camp Nesbitt or Summer Thing registration opens at that time as well. And just a reminder that programs are a first come first serve, and it's quickest to do it online. So making sure that by going through this slide to this recording today that you're ready for registration to be open and ready. That way you don't have to wait on the phone to try and have someone help you, that you are ready right away. And doing it online will be a lot quicker than having to call and potentially risk losing your camper's spot in their program. So getting ready for registration days. You want to make sure that you log into your myGS account, make sure that your camper is registered in your account and that they're listed and available for you to sign them up. On the bottom there, I have the zip codes. That's the easiest way, and I'll get into that in just a minute, but the zip codes are very helpful, make it a little bit quicker to search out our programs. So getting your myGS account ready. So on the very top, I just took a small screenshot of the very top of our website, that where that red circle is on the very top in the blue by the girl's head there, that's the link to myGS. And when you click on it, it'll go to that login page. If you already have a login, awesome, great. Make sure your password works. Everything is set. Your campers are listed in there. Your family's in there. Everybody's currently registered members. If you do not, just click don't have an account and sign up today. Make sure that you have that all set and ready prior to registration opening. And if you have any questions, feel free to call our customer care team at our 888 number. So once you get all logged in, you're going to want to go in and find events. So this is what your screen is going to look like. You're going to want to click on find events. You can also, as a side note, find activities through our website as well. If you go on our activities calendar, you can find them that way. But this is just through the myGS account. So you click on my events right where that red circle is. And then the quickest way, again, is to search through the zip code of the camp that you're searching for. You can also add some other filtered sections in there, but I find the quickest way is to just type in the zip code, hit enter, and it's going to bring up all of the camp programming. The next step is that it's going to bring you to what those camp program offerings are. And sometimes I like to look through them, or at the very top there in that red circle, you can narrow your search down by filtering. So you can filter by age, you can filter by date range, you can filter by what kind of things that they're doing. And then you're going to, on the very bottom there under the Mother's Day weekend, there's that square that says event details. That's what you're going to click into next. So event detail, when you click into it, it's going to bring up the name of the program, the description of it, what it's for, and then on the right where it's circled, it's going to say how many open spots there are, what the cost is. You'll just put a +1 right there, and if you're already logged in, you're going to continue on and log your camper in, and just make sure that you click the right person. Otherwise, you'll have to log in and get yourself ready to add that in. For Camp Winnecomac, that is a part of the registration option, is the busing. So busing is through the registration. So you're going to find your program or event. You're going to, in the included items section, when you register for camp, this will only show for Camp Winnecomac because that's the only camp with this style of busing options. Using the drop-down menu, you're going to pick your bus stop. And then you're also going to make sure, if you don't need a bus, that you're going to choose the parent options. Using the plus sign, you'll add your busing to your order, and this will max out at 1 because each girl only needs 1 bus seat. If you do not need busing, you do not need to make that selection. Then this year we have brought back busing for Camp Birch Trails. This will be a separate event. So kind of like searching for a camp program, this is going to be a separate event because it's by day. So we only offer busing home on Friday. Every Friday for the 8 weeks of Camp Birch Trails, we will offer a bus to the Appleton Service Center. And so those dates are listed specifically by the Friday that your camper is coming home for. And then the Eau Claire Service Center, we're offering 4 Fridays, a bus ride home for those campers. And that's what we would consider week 2, 4, 6, and 8. So we look at camp in a 2-week time frame. And the second part of that first 2 weeks is when that bus is going to go home to Eau Claire. For all riders that are riding the bus home, it's $50 per person. And then we are also always looking for chaperones for the Appleton Service Center bus route, that any camper of the parent that is riding as a chaperone will get a free bus ride with that. And then the bus ride can be added on up to 2 weeks before camp. And that will also be confirmed with parents at drop off on Sundays, that their camper is riding the bus home, because we want to make sure that your kid gets on the bus or they're at camp for parent pickup. We really want to confirm how your camper is getting home for the summer. All right, next up is, once you have all of that stuff in your cart, you're going to look at your deposits. So a deposit is due at the time of registration. You do not need to buy or pay for the entire section of your camper's time at camp. So whether you're using a camp certificate, using financial aid, cookie dough, or paying in full, you'll need to make that initial camp deposit as listed in the event immediately to reserve the space for your camper. If the deposit creates a financial hardship for your camp family, please call us. We want to make sure camp is a reality for all of the Girl Scouts. Programs that are $120 or less require payment in full at registration. Programs over $120, a $100 deposit must be paid at registration. Wilderness trip programs require a $200 deposit at registration, and deposits can transfer up to 6 weeks before the camp session begins. You can also pay more than the deposit if you'd like. Do that by changing the amount written in that circled red box up there. And any registrations after June 1st require payment in full at the time of registration, but you can still request financial assistance or use cookie dough and camp certificates. There's also, when you log into myGS, there is also the balance due section. Full payments are due by the Wednesday before your camper arrives at camp. You'll get email reminders 120, 90, 60, and 30 days prior to your camper arriving. And then 2 weeks prior, you'll have another balance due email. You'll also have a pop-up box each time you log into myGS reminding you of that balance due, and that's all due, again, before your camper arrives at camp. If your camper is when you select the pay now, you have the opportunity to pay off the balance or pay a little at a time. So you can write in that red circle area, you can write in what amount you're paying at that time, and that'll just continue until that amount is paid off. If your camper you earned the 2022 fall bucks, the 2023 cookie dough or camp certificate during the Girl Scout cookie program, signing up for camp should happen when registration opens. Camp spots fill very, very quickly. You'll need to secure your camper's spot by registering and putting down your deposit before cookie dough and camp certificates arrive. That's very important to remember. We'll let you know. You'll let us know that you're going to use the cookie dough or camp certificate by selecting apply program credits. Once you've received those, you'll still need to make your deposit. And if your cookie dough or camp certificates won't cover your entire balance, you can add additional payment at that time. Once your camper receives their cookie dough or camp certificates, they can email info@gsnwgl.org to apply them to their camp fees. Once the cookie dough or camp certificate has been applied, you can complete any remaining payment in your myGS account. If the account for cookie dough is used, if the amount of the cookie dough used plus the amount of the deposit exceeds the total cost of your camp fees, you will receive a refund for the overage. Due to the volume of these requests, it may take up to 4 weeks to receive your refund. Financial aid. Cost should never be a barrier to attending Girl Scout camp. Our council provides financial assistance to those in need. If you're able to pay the deposit and register online, request financial assistance to cover the portion of your camp fees. If you are unable to pay the deposit, please contact us at 888-747-6945 or info@gsnwgl to get help registering. We'll let you know. You'll let us know that you'd like to request financial aid by selecting apply for financial aid in that myGS account. You'll still need to place your deposit, and you can add additional payment as well. Then we'll send you an email asking how much financial aid you would like, and you can ask for a specific dollar amount or for your camp fees. We'll apply the amount of financial aid rewarded, and we will have until the Wednesday before your camper arrives to make the final payment in your myGS account. As a reminder, a maximum of 2 sessions per child using financial aid and a maximum of $1,000 of financial aid per camper per summer. And for campers that are out of our council jurisdiction, a maximum of 75% will be awarded for those campers using financial aid. We also know that a lot of our programs fill very quickly on that first day of registration, and so we do have a wait list. So you'll want to make sure that you register for our wait list program as another event if the session that your camper is registered for or would like to register for is sold out. So campers should get on that wait list registration, and then you'll be added to an email list and then be able to receive information from our customer care team. There will be a short turnaround time for campers to say that they would like to take a spot out from the wait list or from that space that has opened up. So please make sure that you're aware of that if your camper is on the wait list. And then another part of our checkout process is the trading post. All of our campers get to go to trading post in the summer. It's the best place to get some of your camp swag. I'm wearing a Camp Birch Trails sweatshirt today. And each camp has a trading post listed as a separate event. Within that event, you'll register your camper so we know who the order belongs to, and then pick out whether you're purchasing the camper care kit, t-shirt, sweatshirt. You can also add on any sort of monetary amount that your camper can spend at trading post during the week. Typically, overnight resident campers spend between $25 and $50 for the week. They can also get snacks at our trading post at Camp Birch Trails. And day campers usually spend between $50 and maybe $40 during their time at camp. Don't forget, fall box and cookie dough can be used at trading post too. Just bring your certificates with you to check in at camp. And that is it. That is our first registration webinar. Please let us know if you have any questions with the info@gsnwgl.org or by calling 888-747-6945. Again, my name is Lisa Freeman. I'm the camp director for Camp Birch Trails. Thanks so much and have a great day.